You belong to you and me. I have that song, How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees. I really love that song, and I think it's a beautiful song, and that is the reason why it's stuck in my head. So that will be the underlying soundtrack of today's episode of my journey to beat a Grandmaster. Today is day 24, I believe. We've played 23 games so far, lost 11, won 11, lost 8, and drawn 4 games. So that's good. More wins versus losses. I think that might change as my ranking starts going up. But I'm hoping just to try and hold on to a net positive score so far. 3-minute game with a 2-second increment. Yesterday was a particularly tough loss. I found myself in reasonably decent positions against stronger opponents and still not coming out on top. So hopefully we can change that today. Without any further ado, let's jump into the mix, into the fray. Who are we playing today? Oh, that rhymes. Okay, we've got another guy over 2,000 from Bangladesh. Kares. Okay, sticking to my usual French variation. We have now. I have a couple of options here. I could even play knight to f6 and then go for the dragon variation. But I'm gonna stick to the thing that I've been working on, and that is to play this Tiamanov variation. Ah, okay. This is something I would really go for. So I'm gonna allow it, and then I'm just going to. I guess he's kind of asking me to play here, which I find interesting. And then maybe. Yeah, I very often want to play d6. That's like a sort of a thematic move here, but I always miss the opportunity I find to actually push. Do I have to be careful here? Because now he can take without. And if I take, yeah, it's interesting. Could just go for safety first and play d6. Hopefully d6 is okay. Takes, pawn takes. No, takes, queen takes, and then I can pick up my bishop. Should be okay. Just want to make sure this bishop is nice and safe, and I also want to fight for this diagonal. Because now that his king's over there, it looks a little bit funny. I would also love to play knight to g4. Takes, queen takes, then I get the open h-file. And then if I can castle long, there's even ideas of sacrificing the rook on h2. With the idea that once the king's out in the open, can't go back to g1 if this diagonal ever gets opened up. So I guess my idea is maybe just to play bishop to d7 and castle queenside. And then seriously consider just sacrificing the h-pawn. He might not want to take, by the way. So anyway, so far, very interesting position. My opponent is thinking quite a bit, which I think makes sense. I'm not going to think too much, which is generally not a good thing. Actually, you know what I could have played? I could have played this. I could have played this, and then... Oh, man, that's a missed opportunity. I played way too quickly. I should have played bishop to b4, threatening to hop in. Very, very often I find with... Alright, I've got to play this now. Because this is too slow. If he pushes a3, it's too slow, because I just hop in. Yeah. This is a very real threat. So he has to deal with it. He has to deal with the very real threat. And then maybe I play here and give myself some chance to kind of lock up the position. Because it's actually in my best interest to be able to make d5 happen. So even if he plays here, I can actually push. He doesn't really want to take, because then I can take with this double attack on the knight, which is a bit uncomfortable for him. Whoa! Did I miss something? This pawn looks like it's just outright hanging. Can I not just... Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Maybe I missed something here. Maybe I can't believe that I'm missing something here. There's even some ideas about h4 and then takes. The only problem is my queen is garbage. If my queen was like on e7, then maybe it's like an actual move. So he just gives it up. Can't go back because he's just going to take. If I take, I think this is probably the best way to go about it. Man, what is going on here? I'm just confused. I'm going to take. Okay, I got 2 pawns for my sins and my opponent is way down on the clock. Is this going to be the day that I can beat someone over 2000? I hope so. This pawn looks quite loose, so I'm a bit concerned about that. I'm just going to step back. Takes. It's in my best interest just to trade off. I always knew there's some flippin' ghosts in the shadows here. I'm almost inclined to sacrifice the exchange and then just say, okay, I'm going to castle queenside. Is that necessary? I can just step back here. I'm holding on just by a nose. But the problem is he has takes, which is an issue. Okay, I need to think here. This is an important moment. This is a great move by my opponent, by the way. Okay, I have takes, rook takes, and then I just block with a knight. Yeah, I think this is probably the most sensible way of going. I'm going to give up my rook and then just step back, hold everything together, and then just try and put pressure on him to make moves because of the clock being what it is. Oh, he really wants me to take it. Okay. Crumbs, good move. I'm going to give up this pawn. Little tricky. I wonder if this is a move. Probably not. Just struggling here a little to find the way forward. Okay, I think I'm just going to play a waiting move here. Patience. Okay, now I got something at least. Okay, he wants to play this, and I guess I can see that would be the way forward, but I'm just going to really snap things off quickly now. Just try and flag him. Yep. Ew. Okay. Not pretty. It wasn't pretty, and I have to say I was not in any way really challenging for a win towards the end game, but I put pressure on the clock and simplified things. And even though my opponent's ahead with the white pieces here, at least I still have some fine attacking chances. My knight is very active in the middle, and obviously an engine's going to be able to play this well, but I have a lot of moves. After he takes, I can jump in with the knight, forking the knight, getting this pawn. And okay, the engine says that it's plus 2.3 for whites, and I'm sure that's correct because white's up the exchange. But my knight is really super active. This is like a a very strong knight. Okay, let's quickly take a look at the game review, because I do feel like there were points in this game where I should have been able to find a clear-cut path forward, and I'm curious about where exactly I was. Okay, so over here I'm doing very well. For good so. But here's my... is it this? No, that looks insane. What's the blunder here? What's the blunder? What am I supposed to... Knight takes d4 first. Knight takes d4. Just gonna undouble his pawns. Bishop to b2. Oh, and now bishop to b2. And then bishop to c3. Oh, and this is insane. Now, but can it not just chase me around? Rook to c8. Oh, wow. And now I'm just like permanently installing the bishop. Yeah, these are very difficult moves to spot. Anyway. Yeah, so I probably should have played queen to b8. Queen to d8. Yeah, just hanging the pawn. I just really didn't like this. Takes, queen takes, queen to e7. Not queen to e7, knight to e7. Yeah, this is extremely unintuitive for someone who, like me, I really don't see how on earth this is good for black. The engine says so. I mean, I'm just seeing rook to d1 coming, pressure. This does not feel like it's fun to play. Okay, I can play here, but still, I can even just push this pawn first. Oh, I can play knight to f5, weeding out the queen. Okay, this makes sense. But still, I'm not going to be able to see this, not from afar. So anyway, okay, this was pretty weird. Did I miss anything huge here? I don't. Mate in 5. What? Oh my gosh, I missed mate in 5. You missed rook to a7. It's not rook to a7? Rook takes g7 check. Oh, of course. What am I doing? That is a disaster. Okay. Yeah, my opponent really missed the trick there. Anyway, I'm very happy. We're gonna put it on the board right now. We've played 24 games. We've won 12 games, and now we can put our best win as this guy, 2075. That's great. 2075. Awesome. It was on time. It wasn't pretty, but it's a win, and it goes in the books. All right, that's a wrap for today, guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.